high-end gaming... On today's high-end gaming, we talk about Star Wars, or if you're cool, you call it Star Whores. I'm your host, Matt. With me is the co-host, Teddy, as usual. And we got a super extra special guest. His name is Lance. He is a Data Jedi. That is no coincidence that he's on the show for Star Wars. And say hello. Say hello, Lance.
How's it going, Matt? Thanks for having me on.
Lance, what color is your lightsaber?
Oh, man. We're getting into it right away. It's got to be orange, but...
Orange.
We can talk about that longer.
Yeah, mine's black, just saying. We got a black sword. What about you, Ted?
I guess, just a straight, like, a white John. Like, super white.
Okay. I don't think that's an acceptable answer.
That's a thing.
No.
I think that's possible. It's just a white light. It could just blind you.
Yeah, it's just a flashlight. All right, so before we get into some of the games we play, I want to talk about Remotely FM, the website that we're using to record. If you're a podcaster, you know how difficult it can be to record high-quality remote interviews. Remotely FM makes it super simple for you to record your next interview. The platform records each participant locally on separate studio-quality audio and video tracks. The tracks are automatically backed up and much more. To start recording great remote interviews and to learn more, go to remotely.fm. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into video game stuff. Okay, what games, Lance, you go first. What games have you played in the last couple weeks since we talked?
So I've been playing a lot of Warzone. I like killing stuff. The new zombie game mode is pretty cool. Other than that, a friend of mine and I downloaded Portal 2 on Steam.
Okay.
Sort of a throwback.
Yeah. It's good that you have friends to play it with.
Yeah. None of that boring solo stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm a big board game guy, so we had a couple other things on Steam, so I've been playing Scythe a lot lately.
Okay. So it's like a real, like you play with your hands, or like it's...
No, it's like on the game. On the computer.
Like board game on the computer, like Chess Master.
Emulation, exactly.
Okay. All right. So Warzone. I played one round of Warzone, and I got one kill. So I guess that makes me like John Wick. You know
Does it count if you die from that fog or whatever?
You died from falling?
No, from the fog. What is it, like the eye of the storm or whatever they call it?
Yeah, it's Satan's whisper.
Yeah, the gas. Some sort of poison, right?
Yeah, the gas. Yeah, it happens to be closing in at a perfect circle, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Why isn't it staggered? Why isn't like fucking Warzone for Call of Duty? We're gonna do a Call of Duty episode, and it's gonna be a lot of shit talk.
I heard there was another version of Warzone that what was it? It was like the Half-Life one, but like instead of
Team Fortress.
Yeah, it was like that, but instead of like the walls like closing in on you, it's like they napalm the whole area.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like a trash game.
Yeah, I think there was only like 16 players on it. Like at the same time, so it doesn't really count as like a battle royale game.
Okay, what have you been playing, Teddy?
Sekiro.
What's Sekiro? Oh, Shadows Die 2 times?
Yeah, but I've been dying more than that. I've been dying a lot.
What does that name mean? Lance, you heard of this game?
Yeah, I've never had the pleasure of playing it, though.
Yeah,
I think they consider it like one of those hard, like Dark Souls games.
Right.
Where it's like every time you save, the enemies respawn. One of those type of games.
Yeah. But what's the die twice part mean? What does that mean?
Well, like, you can revive yourself if you die once. And you really die, like, the second time you die. I guess.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, it's dumb, but I get it. You can revive yourself one time. Okay, cool.
No, but it was, like, actually, like, one of the best-looking games I ever played.
Is it on PC?
I think. I don't know. It might be. I played it on the PS4 Pro, and, like, there was, like, no, popping. There's, like, no popping, like...
No pop
like,
locking?
shit just looked really good. Shit looks really good and sharp.
Dude, so that Sekiro died twice, or Ghost of Tsushima?
I haven't played that.
But aren't they the same game, or is that just me being racist?
No.
No to which one? Is it the same game, or is it...
No, it's not the same game.
Well, I know it's not the exact same game, but, like, are they copies of each other? Like, you know how...
No.
Like...
Because I think,
duplicates come out, like Olympus Has Fallen, and then White House Down came out in the same year.
Well, I think the other one's more realistic than Sekiro.
Right.
Sekiro is, like, really hard. Like, it's in the hard games category. Like, if that even is a category.
Rock hard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I gotcha. So, Sekiro. Okay, I haven't really been playing video games, dude. I've been wanting to play Among Us. But I have played that game, Wargroove and Mario Galaxy, on Switch. So, not really... I'm still waiting for that Zelda John to come out on the 20th. I'm looking forward to that.
I heard it had frame rate issues. I heard it had frame rate issues.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, just punch the mic real hard when it doesn't work. All right, so Lance, let's get into some of the Star Wars games. So I want to know games, all the Star Wars games that you've played, and then I'll tell you mine. It's pretty bad.
Okay, so it will take me a while. I've
Good.
played all the Battlefront games.
How many are there?
4. So they Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2, Battlefront 1, and Battlefront 2. Which is very, very helpful. You've got Dark
What
Forces.
Was that a joke, or is that like fucking...
No, that's legit.
real, dude.
Yeah, they just
What happened to 3 and 4?
rebooted.
And then what happened to 3 and 4?
Right. 3 and 4 are just 1 and 2 again. I have no clue why they did that.
Not starting off to a real intelligent fucking
Oh, man.
conversation with Star Wars, because, you know, we talk about some games and how fucking dumb shit is. And as amazing as the worlds built by Jorge Lucas is, it's a little bit... Sometimes it's dumb. Some things they do is dumb. And Battlefront 1 and 2... I can't believe that's real. Battlefront. So is it the same game twice?
Yeah, I thought you knew about that.
Dude, I don't know shit about...
They are very, very similar. Yeah.
Newsflash to all the listeners. I don't know shit about Star Wars games, but I know a lot about Star Wars.
Okay.
You got the first-person games. So Dark Forces is kind of the original one. And then you get into Jedi Knight and...
Does the Pod Racers game count?
Those. Oh, sure.
Yeah,
I played Pod Racers and the Lego Pod Racers.
Oh, dude, Lego
shit.
games. Don't sleep on Lego games. They're fucking fun.
Lego games are
Lots.
awesome.
A great Lego Star Wars.
Yo,
games.
you want to hear this shit, yo? I was like, yo, mom, where'd you put my Legos? I realistically, as a grown man, wanted to play with my Legos again, and she said she threw them shits out, and I got mad.
Dude, they were probably all sticky and gross and shit, dude. Because of the jizz. No, because you had to wash them shits after a while because your dirty ass fingers be all over them.
Oh yeah,
fucking get all oiled
a
up.
child and shit.
Yeah, you just be eating chocolate and playing with fucking...
I don't know what you were doing before you were playing with your Legos.
I told you, jizz. It's jizz. But continue, Lance. Sorry about the jizz talk.
Oh, you're fine. And then there's Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
That's like the big
KOTOR.
game.
It's an RPG. So
Yeah, I know that game. My brother played that. I watched my brother play that entire game.
Yeah, I poured hundreds of hours into that game and its sequel, The Lords of the Sith. And then,
those were on the original Xbox only, right?
Yeah, and then they came out for PC, and I of course bought them on both platforms. I've played them on both.
Yep.
And then they did an MMO RPG, which is based in that same world, The Knights of the Old Republic. Which I didn't really.
They just put the in front.
Yeah.
So they do this shit all the time.
Yeah, they're terrible at naming games.
You think like Star Wars, one of the greatest titles of a series, arguably, pretty obvious, pretty pretty basic. Hey, it's, Star Wars, not real deep, but just
I'm not done. I can keep going. You got
continue.
Jedi Starfighter. So you have the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter game and the Jedi Starfighter, which are sort of air simulator, space combat games. Played all of those. You've got real-time strategy, Empire at War. So that's sort of an Age of Empires style game, but Star Wars. Played a ton of that. You have the spin-off games. There's a game where you play as a guy named Dash Rendar.
Force Unleashed?
No, but that's a good example of another type of spin-off game. This is a little older than that.
What's the name of movie number 7?
Force Awakens.
They are fucking terrible at naming shit. Force Unleashed. Forcing Force.
That's crazy.
Fox Force 5.
Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah, the N64
game. Yeah, so I played through that.
Oh, wow.
So there's just
that's
a lot
good
of
ass
great
game.
games.
Really?
Dude, that might be one of the best games on N64.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're lying to me.
What?
That's one of the best games on the N64.
Dude, it's really good. It's like it's a very you do like everything in the Star Wars universe in that game.
You blow up the Death Star, man.
Yeah, you do dope shit.
Oh shit.
And it's like a platformer too. A little bit. It's like a 3D platformer shooter.
Yep. It's like a third person.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Got a little jetpack. And back then it was
awesome. The N64 fog really intense in that game?
What is this you speak of?
The N64 fog.
Yeah,
sir.
What is it? I never heard that before.
What?
I never heard the N64 fog.
Like you know how like some games they have like a level of fog to where like you can't see.
I guess so. I'll take your word for it.
No, dude, you got to go back.
I mean, I guess. I mean, Star Fox 64 was what I spent most of my time fucking playing on that shit. But Shadows of the Empire, really, the only games I played, Star Wars games, I'm sure you have more, Lance, but Shadows of the Empire and Force Unleashed. Those are the only two games in the Star Wars world that I ever played.
Force Unleashed is pretty sweet. That's actually, I didn't play that one as much as the others. So,
well, I played on PSP.
Okay.
It was a totally different game than on the PS3. I played it on the PS2, so I don't even know if that's even the same game. We all played the same game, but it was a different game.
Yeah, but they might have fucking named it the same shit.
Right.
I know they made a second one.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds like.
And then, did you guys play Super Star Wars on the SNES?
No.
Okay, that was awesome. It's sort of just Empire Strikes Back, but then it's the original trilogy. But the ones you remember are the Hoth levels where you're taking out the AT-ATs and such. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So, Ted, have you played any Star Wars video games?
Yeah, I played a couple. Like I said, the Pod Racers. I played that.
Trash.
I played.
Was that a pun? Because we were doing a podcast.
I guess it is now.
You really snuck it in there,
right? You found it. But yeah, I played one of the RPGs on the original Xbox. I'm trying to think of what it was. I think Lance actually said it earlier.
Probably Knights of the Old Republic.
I also knew as the bad guy was some weird looking Sith dude that was like gray. Some gray, weird looking Sith.
Lance, you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, that's probably the second game. You're probably talking about Darth Sion. He's like all cracked and like he looks like he's put together like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
I'm stuck in them shits though. I don't know what the fuck to do.
So all right, away from the games, like I don't know, like have you watched? I mean, you've obviously seen all the movies, right?
Yeah, I've seen all the movies. Oh, sorry.
Both of you.
Definitely.
Yeah. So like, and you've seen The Mandalorian?
Yep.
Ted, what do you? Ted, hold on. Hold on. We'll talk. Ted just seen episode 1 today, so we'll talk about that in a second. Because fucking, I love that show. All right, and have you seen Clone Wars?
Oh yeah, every episode of both versions.
There's 2 versions.
Yeah, there's this little short mini release, only 3 years, but totally different art style. But it overlaps a little bit with the show that you're thinking of.
Were they both on Cartoon Network at one point?
I know they were both on Netflix, and I would imagine they were also on Cartoon Network, yeah.
Okay.
But they were both CG, right?
Yeah, I think a different... They look super
just
different,
like more like cel-shaded, or the other one was like...
Yeah. One
I
looks
didn't watch a
crappier
lot
than
of
the
them.
other.
I don't really like
dude, that shit was actually really cool. Like, I actually, like, look forward to seeing that shit on TV, the Clone Wars cartoons. Because every time I tuned on, like, something cool was going on. And that's how I actually found out, like, Darth Maul's, like, still alive and shit, and what they did with him.
So what happened to Ahsoka?
Well, there are rumors she's coming, right? We're going to see her in The Mandalorian.
What? I thought she died.
Oh, really? Who killed her?
I don't know. I thought like the last episode she died or some shit, and that was how they explained her even existing.
She walks away.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
They released the new, sort of, the last season that came out a little while ago that overlaps with the third, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And that kind of gives her a little more finality, but she never meets her fate.
Unfortunately, she's fucking annoying. I'm a Qui-Gon Jinn fan, and I think that he died too soon, taken too soon.
Hot take: Qui-Gon Jinn is a villainous character.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How?
What was Samuel L's Jedi name? Before he died?
Mace Windu.
Oh yeah, he was only in like 2 movies, right?
Yeah, and he had a purple lightsaber.
Yeah, they just killed his ass out a window.
Yeah, it's pretty racist.
No, but it's like you should be able to survive being thrown out a window, right? If you're a Jedi.
He got electrocuted though out the window. He didn't just get thrown out. He got fucking thunderbolted in his chest and like fucking shot out the window like 100 feet.
After getting his arm cut off.
After getting his arm cut off.
All right.
By mannequin.
There was more to it than that, but
he might still be alive. I mean, he's probably not. I mean, Boba Fett's still alive, and who's that other person? Darth Maul's still alive, and you go,
I'm just saying,
fucking
bro.
Cut in half.
Just rewrite him in.
Look, people be dying of like fucking foot infections and shit, and Darth Maul got cut in half, and this pussy's still alive.
It was like one of the shortest fight scenes ever, I think, too.
It was one of the worst fight scenes. Like they weren't even swinging at each
They
other.
were playing playing with each other. It was like ballet. It was like dumb. You think some cool shit's about to happen, and they're just twirling around.
Well, so I want to hear about this Qui-Gon hot take, Lance.
All right, so who's the main villain? I mean, ignoring the Disney Star Wars movies, which I'm actually not that antagonistic towards, but if you don't think about those, the main villain is Darth Vader, right?
Yeah.
And Darth Vader as a child is Anakin, right? So who finds Anakin and decides he's going to go against everything the Jedi teach and train this kid in the Force?
Yeah, it was Qui-Gon.
It's Qui-Gon. Right. So he literally is the spark that lights the Empire, because he defies Yoda and he defies the Council and he trains him. So he's the bad guy.
Now, do you think he was always a bad guy, or he's just...
You're saying he's a bad guy by accident?
Yeah. Like, I don't think he's actually
a nefarious
mean.
fella.
He just ruined everything.
Yeah. Qui-Gon. Well, I mean, Qui-Gon's a pretty fucking stupid name. You can't have high hopes for a person named Qui-Gon making a mistake that cost literally billions of lives. Right?
Yeah, I didn't have high hopes for him when I first was introduced.
But it's Liam Neeson.
So it's like he could do no wrong. And this is before the Taken movies.
Yeah.
Before it took, how many pieces, like, cuts of film for him to jump over a fence? Like 30 cuts, right?
Dude, he has a particularly specific set of skills. And he used them to train Darth Vader, right?
And Batman.
And Batman.
Fudge.
So I get that. I think it might have hurt. There's a lot of theories around Star Wars. That's like a big... People get real jerked off about that fucking series and stuff. But I think, it makes you think of like Qui-Gon, like who is my favorite character? And I think like the easy answer is Yoda. And then like...
But is that just because they made Baby Yoda?
No, I always liked
Baby
Yoda
didn't exist, like you'd pick somebody else. I don't give a fuck
about Baby Yoda. He's a little bitch. He's 50 years old. We're never going to hear him talk.
He's not a fucking baby.
We're never going to hear him talk. And I was always a big fan of Yoda. I had a Yoda t-shirt. I got it from Walmart. It was one of my favorite shirts. It is now lost. And I don't think I'll ever see it again.
They put him in Soul Calibur, one of the Soul Calibur games.
Dude, you see how he fights?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Do you see how he fights in Episode 2? I can't even keep track of when these fucking movies are. Ted, so...
Yeah.
Well, tell me your understanding of the movies. Like what order they're in.
Oh, man. So from what I think right now, from what I can remember, I'm not an expert on this, but No,
but you're a video game expert.
Well, I'm a video game expert. I can tell you when the games came out, I guess.
But like, what's your understanding of the storyline of like, what is to you the storyline of Star Wars?
The first one is the fourth one, and the first one is the fourth one chronologically, right? And then I don't even know how to say this shit. It sounds so ridiculous.
Lance, can you explain it as a true Star Wars fan?
Sure. In the words of the Family Guy Star Wars episode, every great story starts in the middle. The fourth episode, the fourth film is the first one they released. They released the fourth, fifth, and sixth. And they decided, we're going to make a whole bunch of money on explaining how all of that happened. And went back and made the first, second, and third. And then those kind of sucked. So they had to wait a while until everyone kind of forgot how much they sucked. And then they made 6, which happens an indeterminate amount of time after, or 7, an indeterminate amount of time after 6. And then 7, but it also kind of sucked, at least in some ways. So they needed to make some money with movies that actually worked. And that's when they made Rogue One, which is my favorite Star Wars movie. And then they made Han Solo and 9, which was
trash.
a problem. Yeah.
So
Wow.
So Ted, does that make sense to you? You got Jar Jar Binks. That was those 3 movies. That was the second trilogy. That was really the first in the world's timeline.
Gotcha.
So my ranking for the shows from the 9, not shows, the movies, is number 5 is my favorite. I think it's a lot of people's favorites.
Are you talking about when made or chronologically?
I'm talking about there's episodes 1 through 9 in the universe's timeline, right? Like,
So wait, because I forget how this goes.
literally
so-
just explained it. Like,
I can do that again.
The 4th movie they called the first episode 1.
yeah,
Did
they
they
came
call
out with 3
episode
movies.
4?
They came out with with A New Hope. I don't remember what the second movie's name is.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. Those were the first 3 made.
Yeah.
But see, like, people are listening to this and they're probably just like smashing their fucking phones because they don't want to hear us say it again. And 1, 2, 3. Then they made prequels, and then they made a sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way I'm ranking them is number 5, which was the second one made. So 5 is my favorite. Then the first ever Star Wars, which is number 4, A New Hope with Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. And then I guess number 3, Return of the Jedi. And then I think Force Awakens is my number 4. And then the other 5 are just like tied for last because I don't give a fuck about any of them. But no, actually, they're all tied for second to last. And the last one is number 8 because that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Dude, have you seen it?
Which one was that one?
That's the one where they fucking fly. They're being chased by the Imperial starship, and they're just like literally the whole movie. Their goal is to stay out of range of its blasters in space for fucking 3 hours.
What?
Lance, am I wrong?
No, you are not wrong.
So basically, what happens?
They made that a movie?
Yeah, they made it. They made it. Not only did they make it a movie, but it was a Star Wars movie. So okay, so what happens is the rebels they're on a ship in space. Then a bigger ship shows up, and they're like, "Oh fuck, it's gonna kill us!" But
do they even know it's going to kill them, or they're just fucking guessing?
No, they're like, if they are trying to kill us, they're shooting at us.
Guess.
Okay.
So, but like, say like their blasters, the big ship blasters in space, can only shoot like 1,000 miles, right? Well, they're like 1,000 miles and 1 foot ahead of this thing, and they say we can maintain this speed.
Dude, that sounds so fucking ridiculous.
Yes. But hear this: their hope rests on people who take a ship off the rebellion ship, go to a nearby planet. So basically, hey, we're staying 1 foot ahead of the enemy as long as we can. Why don't you guys take another ship and fly at full speed to another place, go get help from somebody, come back, and then save us? That's the fucking movie.
Whoa.
And it doesn't work. Everything they do fails.
Well, yeah. I mean, the story is a failure. Like, even if they succeeded in the story, it's still
Who wrote that masterpiece?
It's a guy. He's actually a clone of Steven Spielberg. His name is
Dude, it sounds like Steven
Is it
Seagal
Rian
wrote that
or
movie.
Ryan? It's Rian or Ryan Johnson. I can never remember how to pronounce his first name.
Steven Seagal
we're just say it's fucking Rian. I know too many Ryans to be disrespected. What were you saying, Ted? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it just seems like a fucking movie that was made. Like Steven Seagal made this and wrote this movie. Or like Jean-Claude Van Damme wrote this movie. Like, it's fucking sounds so ridiculous.
They just wrote it by like karate chopping the keyboard. All right, so we're at the 30-minute mark exactly when I said that. We got a question from fans. Lance, are you ready for a question from the fans?
Hit me.
So this question is for you. Oh, no, I'm going to hold this question. We have to talk about Mandalorian. That's what we'll talk about next. Question from Jimbo Whitaker in Ireland. He didn't specify where in Ireland. I think it's pretty small, so it can't. It's fine. So he goes, who would win in a fight? Luke Skywalker or a guy in a black dress?
Yo, doesn't the guy in the black dress have no legs?
Talking about Darth Vader?
Yes.
This question was for you, Lance. I wonder what your thoughts are.
I mean, there are a couple different characters that could be characterized as guy in a black dress. Palpatine wears a black dress several times.
Sure. So one-on-one, guy in a black dress versus Luke, ground stepper.
I gotta lean towards Luke, mainly because he chooses not to wear a black dress.
Very true.
And then
he does kind of wear a black skirt in the one movie, though.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But good triumphs over evil. It's always a good ending, right?
It do.
Didn't he slaughter a bunch of kids in the one movie?
That was his dad.
That was his dad.
Yeah.
That was his dad. He killed a bunch of what are they called? Padawans?
Younglings.
What's a Padawan?
That's like a slightly older.
I thought that was like a robot.
He goes, it's just a slightly older youngling. Oh God! What'd you say, Ted?
I thought that was like a robot.
No, that's Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, they killed him off too.
Yeah, he's a Jedi Master. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Lance, you know this, right? You
Sith Lord, yeah.
Apparently, he's like a Sith Lord. So, is this confirmed, or is this still like?
No,
Lucas, Trump talk.
Lucas told us we were all morons, but all the signs are there. It's got to be.
Dude, that guy, you see like pictures of Lucas in like the 80s and early 90s. He looks like the little Wookiee guys. What are they called? What are the little teddy bears? Ewoks.
And that sound about describes how everyone feels about them.
Dude, I thought they were cute. Just like BB-8. Fuck.
Dude,
BB-8.
everybody's got a little robot that they chill with, bro.
Yeah, man. That's the way it is. So, I think that 8 is by far the dumbest movie. I thought the prequel trilogy, I actually like the prequel trilogy more than the sequel trilogy. How do you feel?
I think 2 is the dumbest movie. Attack of the Clones. The Padme Anakin stuff.
Yeah.
I hate sand. That whole their interactions.
You don't like sand?
You want to claw my eyeballs out. I cannot watch that stuff.
You don't like sand though, like on the beach?
No, that's the line where Anakin is talking about how he doesn't want to go back, and he's like, "I hate sand. It gets everywhere. Ugh, makes me shiver."
So, for Ted, who might not know what you're talking about, set the stage for that quote.
So this kid who grew up on Tatooine,
where there's a lot of sand.
It's just like a giant desert, essentially. And he's fallen in love with this girl who he's not supposed to fall in love with, forbidden love, on this planet that's all water and trees and green.
Okay.
Just awesome. And he's like, I never want to go back to that planet. I hate sand. It gets everywhere. End scene. It's pathetic.
What the hell?
That sounds like a movie that would let down an entire group of fans, generation of fans who have been
doesn't it?
So dedicated to a movie made by a guy who pretty much stole the idea from Japanese movies. I mean, it's just allegedly. It's just a rumor.
Can somebody please explain how the lightsabers stop?
Nope. No idea.
Is it like a vape pen? Like you just gotta tweak the number on the bottom?
I think the Force, they control. It was my understanding that they control it with the Force, which is why Kylo Ren's saber in the sequel trilogy. So just for reference, Ted, the original trilogy is 4, 5, 6. The prequel trilogy is 1, 2, 3. And the sequel trilogy is 7, 8, 9. That makes sense?
Yes.
So in the sequel trilogy, Kylo Ren, the guy who has the smooth, boyish face and the long, dark hair, he has the red saber, and it's all like fucking volatile, and it's all like looks like fire. And
But I thought, from what I know, I'm still like a noob in Star Wars, but from what I know, isn't it like the crystal? That's it. You have like a crystal in your lightsaber, right?
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like Darth Vader had to like feel pain to get his lightsaber like red or some shit. Like you had to go through some process to make your shit a different color.
There's all different colors, and they all apparently, I think at one point they all meant different stuff, and now they don't.
Really? Oh yeah, because anybody could feel the Force now, right?
Well, no, there's people who don't use the Force. Like, from my understanding, it was the Force. Your Force controlled the lightsaber, but then there's other people like General Grievous, the robot guy, who uses four. Yeah, he uses them like little helicopter blades. He can use them. I don't know how he can use them and control them if you need the Force. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
But he's a fucking robot. Or is he like have an organic cyborg brain?
He's some sort of weird crossbreed, yeah.
Yeah, crazy. So a cyborg had sex with a robot, and they made like more of a robot.
A Cybot. I totally fucked that up.
So a Cybot is half cyborg, half robot. Cyborg already half robot.
That's like a quarter robot. Quarter human.
That joke is stolen from Neon Joe, Werewolf Hunter. Have you either of you seen that?
No.
I'm sorry, I have not.
Oh, well, sidebar. It's better than Star Wars. And it's on Adult Swim, and it's about a guy named Neon Joe, and he hunts werewolves. And he wears neon because that's the opposite of camouflage.
It sounds better than Star Wars.
It's pretty good. It's actually really good. I love it. There's two seasons, 5 episodes each. It's real short.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's great. It's a guy. You ever see fucking Parks and Rec? Councilman Jam.
Jam.
You remember this guy? No, forget.
No.
You guys ain't seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah, but I didn't remember who played Jam. But I
didn't see that far. I know it.
Looking it up. Yeah,
his name's John Glazer. He was also in a show where he's like in witness protection. He wears a ski mask the whole time. I forget what it's called.
I know about that.
Yeah, that's the guy. So he's a pretty funny guy. But back to Star Wars. Yeah, we're talking about how dumb the movies are.
We left one movie off.
Which one?
So the dumbest movie is the holiday special. Have you guys seen the holiday special?
Of course not. What?
Oh wow!
What is the holiday special?
So after New Hope, they recorded a Christmas holiday special, which has some animation. It's like the Gong Show, but Star Wars. It's the worst 52 minutes of your life. I highly recommend you go watch it. Wow. It's absolutely horrific.
So yeah, if you want to ruin your life,
it's so bad.
I kind of wish that you said that at the 52-minute mark of the podcast, because then I'd be like, nah, this is the worst. I wanted to, maybe. But it didn't work out.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. No, I didn't know about that. But, dude, it's crazy how the money grubbing, the money grabs, cash grab products of, like, established, extremely developed, beloved series, products, shows, movies, has become so sophisticated. Like where they used to do holiday specials, like dumbass fucking people who eat like TV dinners every night, like in that movie Matilda. That's what they like. They like a holiday special.
What?
You see Matilda?
Matilda?
Yeah. You see Matilda? She's like the dancing girl. She has magic shoes.
Okay.
So they eat like the little Hungry Man dinners or whatever.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. That's for people who like holiday specials. But now, when they want to really do a cash grab, they don't do a holiday special. They do a whole new trilogy.
What?
That's what they do. Lance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or like a spin-off, like Solo.
Or a spin-off, or like a fucking board game, or like a theater play. You know? Some shit like that. But...
Okay.
You know, like, they're cash grabs, but they're in the form of $100 million movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they learned with, like, Avatar and, like, the Fast and the Furious movies that if you spend $400 million to make a movie, you could make $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
It's pretty...
Even if it has Starkiller Base, which somehow sucks the sun into it to destroy another planet, as if gravity no longer exists. Wow. I find this very difficult to watch.
Dude.
That shit happened?
Dude, what movies have you seen?
Not the new ones.
Well, there's 6 new ones.
Yeah, I know, but I heard some of the ridiculous shit that happens in them.
Well, that's one of them. They literally have this fucking gaping metal butthole on the planet, and it sucks the sun dry. It, like, sucks the sun. It literally, like, if the sun was a pile of leaves, it, like, vacuum cleaners the sun.
Imagine how that would destabilize every ecosystem in that, like, galaxy. Yeah. But hey, it's cool for the movie.
Yeah. Well, what I didn't get, and I don't spoilers for some people listening. If you don't like spoilers, just turn the volume down, but keep listening. So we get the full the analytics, I guess. The Starkiller Base pulling in the fire isn't the dumbest thing in that trilogy. It, in fact, is the fact that the whole time General Hux is a spy.
So, some of that may not be Abrams' fault. Well, no, it's Abrams' fault. But Colin Trevorrow,
100 different writers on
Colin
that
Trevorrow
right?
was going to have a pretty good arc for Huxley. If you Google the script for his 9th movie, Hux was going to have a pretty decent, like, he was going to get a lightsaber and fall on his sword as the Empire was collapsing, or the First Order was collapsing. He actually, of all the characters, Trevorrow was going to do the best by him. So I think it's kind of ironic that instead he got the most pathetic storyline.
Oh, yeah.
That he's somehow a turncoat.
Yeah, so basically, Ted, in the 9th movie, minute like 25 of the movie, they're like, hey, we have a spy in the First Order, which the First Order is basically just bad guys, right? They're like Hitler.
Yeah.
And at minute like 35, they literally show up in a ship and they're escaping, and this guy who's like been the antagonist the whole time, this young like fucking general who's just like ruthless, he's just like they walk in, he fucking cliche fucking shoots somebody, I'm pretty sure, like shoots bad guys like And he's just like, I'm the spy. That's it. And then the next scene, somebody murders him, and then that's it.
Just doesn't make any sense.
How close am I, Lance? Am I
100% dead on?
100%.
You just missed the groan in my soul when it happened.
Ooh.
Dude, fucking Star Wars.
They've ruined a lot of shit.
Dude, before the prequel
Disney, right?
came out,
Disney? Am I allowed to say the name, Disney?
Yeah, you can say it. Just
Disney?
do it with respect in your mouth.
Disney.
So, okay, so what was your favorite movie, Lance?
I loved Rogue One. Like, obviously, before it came out.
What about
it
the
was
9?
4 and 5. So, yeah, Empire Strikes Back. Like, that movie's just so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Ted, what's your favorite movie, even though you've only seen, like, one of them?
No, man. The one where, like, they actually showed dude turn into Vader was dope. I don't know what number that was. That was, like, my favorite one.
So the third one of the prequel trilogy?
I think so, yeah.
So when he's like, Anakin, you were the chosen one.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have the higher ground. And then he just, like, falls in lava.
He just fucking... He cuts his legs off, so he's just a torso. And the bottom of his legs are burning from the lava on the ground. And he's like... He's thinking about, like, pulling him up. I don't know if he pulled him up or not, but... No, he did pull him up after he fell unconscious, I think. But, yeah, that shit was dope. I thought that shit was dope.
So what?
And like, is that the first time you realized the dude doesn't have any legs the whole time?
I guess so. What's the explanation for that, Lance? Like, they don't say that Darth Vader has robot limbs in the original trilogy, do they?
Nope. They don't show any of his arms or legs, though. So, well, they show his arm when it gets cut off at the very end, and it's definitely a robot arm. So, I don't know if there's a
what was the point of that,
break
though?
there.
Like, what was the point of that, though? Was that to be like, oh, maybe he's a fucking robot, or was that because, like, hey, we're gonna make 3 more movies and we're gonna cut his legs off?
I think there's a connection of the father and the son. You know, Luke had his hand removed and it had a metal arm put on, and then he sees his dad's arm.
Yeah, but his fucking dad's the one who did it.
This is true.
It doesn't, it doesn't make sense. It's like, hey, like, my arm got cut off, like, a while ago, so I'm going to make sure I cut off your arm, and then later on, I'm going to make sure you cut off my arm that's already been cut off, so that we both know that we lost the same arm. Moment. It's fucking stupid. Don't you think when he's trying to convince you to come to the dark side, be like, yo, bro, we both have no arms. Like, I lost my arm. I don't know. That
would have been poignant.
It's getting dumber.
Wow.
Join me. We both only have one arm.
And then
I lost something. You lost something.
Dude, it's sort of like Big Boss and Solidus from Metal Gear. They both lost different eyeballs.
Yeah, they did.
Are you familiar with this, Lance?
No, but fill me in. It sounds interesting.
So, Solid, you've heard of Metal Gear Solid, right?
Certainly, yes.
Okay, so Metal Gear Solid is a story about a guy who's like, his dreams is to like be in the NBA, and he loses
what? NBA?
Yeah. National Basketball Association.
I don't know where this is going, but go ahead.
So
I'm let it rock.
So he's in the NBA. He loses. He saves everybody, but he finds out that he was poisoned, and the whole reason he was poisoned because he's a clone of this guy who only has one eye. But the thing is, the original human who Solid Snake is cloned from. He only has one eye, and he has 3 clones, like 3 son clones. One of the other clones lost the other eye. So later in the series, the original guy who's only got one eye, he's missing his left eye, I think. And then the other guy who has his right eye missing, he's the president of the United States.
Where is this going?
But what I'm saying is when the guy with the president of the United States with one eye, he dies. and the guy, the original clone, gets really injured. They use body parts from the president guy, the president clone. And the problem is they don't use his eye though. So like they literally created these clones of this guy, Boss. His name is Boss. They created clones so that, because he's the perfect soldier, created clones for him so that when he, if he gets injured, they could just take those body parts from the clones and make him stronger. But yet, when the one clone died and he had an extra eyeball, he didn't take it.
It's very touching.
Yeah. So you pretty much know the whole Metal Gear series at this point.
What? I guess.
Ted triggered. It's Ted's favorite game. It's like his son.
I don't know. You said something about the NBA.
No.
And it just threw me off.
No, I didn't.
Play back the tape.
So that's, so Darth Vader, Metal Gear Solid. It's pretty much the same story, told in different times. So favorite movie, you said Rogue One and then 4, 5. Ted, you said your favorite was when he becomes Darth Vader and he gets his leg cuts off and he's like, Padme, no.
Yeah.
He's like, you're.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, so since this is a video game podcast, what is your favorite game? Which one, Lance, was your favorite game? Because I can't really speak on my favorite game because I don't really fuck with it.
Knights of the Old Republic.
I actually guessed that was your answer.
So fun. And the sort of way it fleshed out the Force, it was music to a nerd's soul.
How many years in the past was it?
It's hundreds, thousands of years in the past. So this is like the whole different galactic republic. The Sith are still a race of people that aren't necessarily bad Jedi, and it's like a whole different composition of the galaxy.
Now, aren't there like a lot of people who are like related, like descendants and shit, and ancestors? They pepper in a few.
There's sort of parallels. So like there's a little Yoda dude that's one of the Jedi. Like there's some things that connect you to it, but there's none of the
direct
my father's
lineage.
father's
It's like 100,000 a year.
Yeah, none of that stuff.
Dude, that's crazy. That so to talk about like how they go back in time. Like, what is your understanding of the lore? Because I want to get into the lore a little bit. Because I know there's the dark, and then the light, and then there's like a brother and sister, and their dad is like the creator of the Force.
Yeah.
So, how much do you know about that? Because I
watched the Clone Wars.
Wait a minute, hold on. Somebody, hold on. I apologize. Somebody created the Force.
Yeah.
Are you hold on one second.
It's God. It's the Jewish God or the Christian God. It's the same one, right?
Oh, I just sneezed, but sorry. So you're saying
God bless you.
Somebody created it? They didn't find it? It wasn't something that was already there? Like somebody actually like created this shit physically?
I don't fucking know.
Maybe. I think they try to leave that open-ended so that you can believe that if
That's
you want.
fucking bullshit.
Well, explain what Lance, can you explain what I brought up? Because I can't.
Kinda. It's like there's... It's very patterned after the sort of Christian theological God. It's sort of this triune yin-yang thing where you got this father figure and he's got the two children and they're constantly in battle, right? And that one of them represents the light side, the forces for good, and one of them represents the dark side, the forces for evil, and they're always fighting. And if either one of them gets the upper hand, the father steps in and balances it. And the father's getting super old, and he doesn't think he can do this for much longer. And that's where this prophecy for Anakin comes along, because he's going to take his place and be the one that brings balance to the Force. Now, I think that's a load of baloney, that he brings.
Oscar Mayer baloney, dog.
That's right.
How does he bring balance to the Force by murdering kids?
See, I think he brings balance because when he comes on the scene, there are thousands of Jedi and 2 Sith, and when he's dead, there are 2 Sith and 2 Jedi.
But that's the Sith rule, though. That's their own shit.
Yeah, I mean, now.
So he did balance out the Force.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's even.
But no, because there's like a whole fucking rogue group of the Sith on their own planet.
Yeah, that really screwed it up when you had Palpatine find all these Sith somewhere. All of a sudden, everything's out of balance again.
Didn't he kill them all?
No, they're the weird little hooded dudes in the back that are cheering for everything. Like, those are the Sith, I guess.
What?
In the back of what?
The final battle, you know? You got the final battle, and Palpatine's electrifying them, and there's a bunch of weird hooded figures in the background.
Oh, I thought those were the Jawas.
Shuffling and whispering. I think those are supposed to be the Sith, which makes no sense.
You know what else doesn't make sense? That they fucking clearly had, like, what is it? What is his name? Chancellor Smoke?
Yeah, Snoke.
Snoke?
Yeah, it's Chancellor Smoke. You know, the reason his face is like that is because he's not even real. He's a fucking hologram, right? Or some shit. Or is he real?
I'm still not clear on that to this day. Like, he's either some sort of weird fleshy puppet, or he's an actual person.
Or he just has like really bad skin cancer.
A bunch of times. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Huh.
Damn.
So, other than that, like, that's about as far as it goes, like, with the specific lore that I know, that there's, like, the dark and light. And it pretty much just confirms that Jesus Christ was black or brown.
The Star Wars lore?
Yep. So we got a question from... oh, shit, we still... All right, that's what we're going to... Literally after this question, we're going to talk about Mandalorian. Okay, so... This question is for Lance. Both the next two are for Lance. You know, the fans knew you're coming on. They got excited. And they would ask you a question. So, question, her name is Precious Chandelier from Atlanta. Hair or no hair?
Can you repeat the question?
Hair... Does Chewie's penis, is it covered in hair or no hair?
I'm gonna go with hair. It seems to be their natural state. And really, if any furry animal, any mammal, were to let it grow for that period of time, and these dudes are hundreds of years old, right? They're gonna end up looking like that.
His nuts are hanging low, is what you're saying.
Like, they're one giant ball of fur.
Giant ball of fur. So there you go, Precious Chandelier. It's a unique name. From Atlanta.
I like it.
So now we got to get, because the last question from our longtime listener, we'll tell you about her later. It has to do with, you know, some of the newer stuff, like the Mandalorian lore. So you've seen the Mandalorian. I fucking love the show. I love the Mandalorian characters. I love that Boba Fett is like the lamest of them. And
a word?
Yeah, he's...
When Boba Fett was an amateur?
No, it's like, isn't it like disputed if he's even a Mandalorian?
Yeah, he's a clone. He's
a clone
of Jenga. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people are clones of Jenga.
Yeah,
oddly enough,
millions of them.
Oddly enough, that game that you play with the little sticks, Jenga, named after Jenga Fett.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
What?
That game where you, like, there's like 3 blocks and you pull the block out. It's called Jenga. It's named after that character.
All right, I don't believe you, but I'll take your word for it.
So the Mandalorians are basically a group of like super hardcore warriors who they never take off their helmet. They have like, I guess they have this ancestral skill of smithing to where they can make like this really strong armor. So they can like take shots to the helmet if they have the right. It's called Beskar, and that's basically like the currency that these people deal with. And the Mandalorians, they fought the Empire. I don't know, like I don't really know much about them other than that.
But they don't exist by what movie do they not exist in? Like from
well, they always exist. They're just spread out.
Okay,
Lance, what do you know about the Mandos?
Well, this is where KOTOR helps a lot. The second KOTOR game, you spend a lot of time with the Mandalorians because they're the warlike race. You know, they're like the Spartans of space.
Spartans of space.
And they fought the Jedi, the Great Hyperspace War, and got their butts kicked. And then they fought against some of the Sith Lords and got their butts kicked. And then you fast forward to them fighting the Empire, and they're essentially getting hunted and getting their butts kicked. So it's kind of ironic that they're held up as this idyllic warrior, and everywhere we meet them, they're getting their butts kicked by some other group.
Well, I think the point of that is that they there's way less of them, but yet they don't like back down from a fight, and they still like there's like there's like 1 million Jedi, but there's like 100,000 Mandalorians, and they're just like fuck you, we're fighting.
Yeah, they're not the smartest people either. Yeah, they're more than willing to fight up a weight class, which is honorable, right? But not very good for survival rate.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
So, but they can't take their whole thing is that they can't take their helmet off unless they reveal, unless they're ready to fuck.
So like, they don't fucking eat. Like, what's going on?
No,
like, how do you put a sandwich through that? I'm gonna have to eat everything flat, homie.
So they can take their helmets off, but they're not allowed to let living beings see their face. That pretty much it.
So what about like if you're outside and like a grasshopper sees your face,
you roast it
like a fucking deer?
Well, then you've no longer followed the rules.
You are, dude. Fuck. Oh, what the fuck? What?
Dude, so Baby Yoda. So they basically paired up. The Mandalorian show, they basically paired up two of the most beloved creatures, or what, I don't know what the fucking word is to describe them. Two different things that people loved in the Star Wars world and put them together, which is Yoda and Boba Fett, well, the Mandalorian. And
so Boba Fett's like a Walmart Mandalorian?
It's pronounced Baba. Yeah, he's a Mandalorian. He's good. They're bounty hunters mostly now, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he's like a clone from like the Clone Wars and shit.
Yeah, he's like Jango Fett. So Jango Fett was like the perfect warrior, and they wanted to use his genetics to make the clones. Like, so all the clones are Jango Fett clones. But Jango Fett wanted his own little son friend, so they gave him one, and he raised him to be Boba Fett.
Oh, shit. That sounds so fucking ridiculous. And he was in charge of the fucking clone project?
No, he was just the person whose genetics they used, right?
Yeah.
Did he know that? Like,
oh yeah, he knew.
Did he get money for that shit? Like,
yep.
He got compensated real good?
Yeah, you can watch all about it in the second film, Attack of the Clones.
Oh shit, I'm about to watch that shit.
No. So the Mandalorian is basically this Mandalorian guy. His name is Din Djarin. So Din Djarin. He's like the best bounty hunter around, and he gets a job from Werner Herzog.
Hurts a dog?
Yep. He beats his dog. This guy fucking beats the shit out of his dog, and he goes to take care. He's like, it's a 50-year-old creature. We need it. And then he goes, you saw the episode, and then he finds it's little Baby Yoda. But Baby Yoda is 50 years old. he just ages way slower. You know what I'm saying?
So, he's a baby for like 50 years. Yo, that's crazy.
Probably going to be a baby for like 100 years.
Get his ass white for like 50 years.
So he's old. He's an old little kid, which is kind of a cool concept. It's definitely a good show. I love the show. What are your thoughts? So, like, how excited were you for the show, Lance? And what do you think of season 2?
I've really enjoyed it. I think the Western mystique is fantastic. The way it's like essentially a cowboy paperback novel in Star Wars.
Cowboy Bebop.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, Tedro, you said you had not seen episode 2 yet, right? So we can't talk about it?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
No.
It'll just make me more hyped to watch it.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, talk about episode 2.
Well, there's this one event that happens several times in it that has everybody mad at Baby Yoda.
What's he do?
So you've got this frog woman, and literally that's kind of how I don't think she ever gets a name, does she? She's just the frog woman.
Well, I think it's a frog bitch, or cunt frog.
Yeah.
Is that what it says in the credits?
Yeah, cunt frog.
I think it literally does. And she's got this little bucket of eggs. And I guess they're her last
eggs.
living offspring, right? And she needs to have them fertilized. This is
fertilized
a very adult episode, right?
Jizz.
Oh, wow.
But Baby Yoda
keeps
eating them when she's not looking. And so the Mandalorian keeps catching him, killing the last descendants of this race.
He sucks them down.
As a gag, I guess. Like he's performing genocide. And
so she was a killer. Whoa. Shit. That sounds crazy, dude.
Well, the episode 2 is like to be continued. He's still with the frog.
Yeah, I mean, and there's supposedly a few of those eggs left.
She's actually not a frog. I should know about. Salamander. I think it's a salamander.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She has a fucking tail. Like, do frogs have tails?
She does the sticky tongue thing.
Yeah, but salamanders do that shit.
Oh, okay.
Like, you ever seen a fucking iguana?
That's true.
They have that long ass tongue. It's not really like the greatest thing. Like, that's how you get your food. You just fucking whoosh. I don't know.
That's crazy, bro.
Glad I'm not a salamander. So I guess, we can get to the last question. Lance, if you're ready. This question is only for you. So Lance, we got a question from Abernathy Broomhildequist from forget where she's from, actually, unfortunately. I'm going to look through my notes.
Sounds like a Brazilian name.
Yeah, Abernathy. Yeah, it's a pretty unique name. She's our recurring questionnaire person. She's a big fan of the show. Abernathy Broomhildequist. Fuck, I just put my fucking notes away. God damn.
She's my favorite one.
Yeah. So here's she lays out a scenario. Okay, Baby Yoda saves your life. Saves, you're gonna die. He saves you with his magic powers. He's a child, yet he is 50 years old. You owe him your life. Baby Yoda leans in for a kiss. Tongue or no tongue? And are you a pedophile if you accept either?
Yeah, I'm going to go with that straight up pedophilia. And not only is it pedophilia, it's mixed phenotype pedophilia. Like, this is an alien species.
Interspecies.
Yeah, so we're crossing several lines at that point.
Astrobiological interspecies pedophilia.
And we don't know what gender Baby Yoda is. I mean, so we got another line there where we're toying with stuff. So I'm gonna.
Wait, nobody knows his gender.
The Mandalorian does. He's got to wipe him.
Somebody. I mean,
you think Yoda doesn't poop? I mean, we've never seen Yoda poop.
Assuming basic anatomical properties are true about the Yoda's race, which who knows?
Yeah, who knows where the butthole even is? It's probably at the bottom, but might be like in the palm.
Only the bottom of your foot.
No, the palm is your hand.
Yeah.
It would be more convenient if it was bottom of the foot, though.
Yeah, but I mean, most convenient would be like you just don't poop, I guess. You just keep getting bigger.
You'd be like Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, he doesn't poop. He just keeps getting bigger. So I guess you don't think it makes you a pedophile?
No, I think
you do.
It does. Yeah, no, yeah. It's a child. In some, all right, I get time is relative, but in some aspect that's not a consenting adult, I feel like that'd be inappropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, so two baby Yodas, a male and a female, they're 50 years old. They engage in some sort of Yoda intercourse.
Were you saying two baby Yodas concede?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is it concede?
I guess.
I think concede sounds a little like you just gave up.
Yeah.
Consent, dude. It's consent, not concede. Right?
I don't know, but we're talking about Baby Yoda.
Yeah, we're talking about Baby Yoda conceding his virtue to another Baby Yoda, right? Okay, so here's the thing. There's 4 Baby Yodas, okay?
What?
Just go with me.
This isn't like fucking Pokemon breeding, dog.
No, but so there's 4 in the world. They're all the same age. They're not related. There's 2 males, 2 females. One of the males and one of the females engage in consensual intercourse. Then one of the second male, he videotapes it, right? And then the second female watches it. Do you think that's illegal?
I don't know, dude. I don't think I have the power to judge that.
What do you think, Lance? Do you think that's illegal? Was it clear?
We don't even know the name of the race. I'm not sure we can determine their sexual ethic.
Well, let's say it's similar to ours. This is more of an ethical question.
Like those blue chicks from Mass Effect.
I don't even know Mass Effect. Never played it. Don't think it's any good. It's for bums.
Yeah, they had a lot of alien chicks in that game.
Yeah. You know what else had a lot of aliens in it? The movie Alien.
Did it have multiple aliens in it, or just the one?
Well, the first one just had one. Unless you count the human beings.
No, but the 4th Alien movie is called Aliens, right? With an S?
No, they're all called Alien.
No, dude. And then one of them's called Alien.
It's Alien, then Aliens.
And then Alien's brother and Alien's sister and
it's
Aunt Alien.
It's
Uncle Alien.
Dude, and it's Uncle Alien versus Uncle Predator. Fuck. So, get back real quick. So, Lance, I just have a couple quick questions for you before we wrap it up. If you could describe the original trilogy with one word, what would it be?
Okay, that's difficult. If I had to pick one word, foundational.
What about the sequel trilogy, 7, 8, 9? You can use a hyphenated word.
Lucrative hyphen yet
Lucrative
hyphen pathetic.
Yet anal. All right, and then the prequel trilogy.
Childish, amateurish,
Trash.
garbage,
Dumpster trash. Prom dumpster baby. Trash. All right, we can start wrapping up there. Ted, I want to know, what have you learned, Ted?
I've learned that I don't know what I've learned, dude. Star Wars is just crazy shit happens.
It is crazy. I'll watch every Star Wars movie. I love Star Wars. I won't play the games.
But no, what's the one I gotta watch? I gotta watch 2.
The Mandalorian. Well, you should watch all the movies.
Mandalorians.
I mean, really, you should have watched all the movies for
I
this.
don't want to watch the prequel trash. Like, if there was, like...
Yeah, just watch 4, 5, 6 and The Mandalorian.
I don't want to watch the Disney shit either.
Yeah, just watch... Well, Mandalorian's on Disney. This shit's dope. It's fucking good. You should watch it.
Alright, I'll watch it. I already watched the first episode.
Yeah, dude, they're short. They're not even an hour long. They're like 30 minutes.
The music is dope. Even if you don't like the episode, the music is so
very good. Very good. Ted likes music. We all like music. So, before we go, Lance, what video games are you looking forward to besides Cyberpunk?
Oh, man. I'm poor as crap.
Yep.
So, Destiny, if they could get their act together and get a third game out, which brings back what made the first game good, get away from the things that made the second game garbage, I would be very interested in playing that. I spent a lot of time in the first game.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah. The gaming horizon for me is often like 2 years behind everyone else.
Yeah.
So I try not to look because that'll just make me sad when I won't get to play.
Yeah, there's certain games, like certain series that I'm just going to buy no matter what. Like November 20th comes, I'm buying Age of Calamity, Legend of Zelda prequel, Hyrule Warriors, Hammer Bros, Smash Attack. It's great.
Oh, wow.
Looks great. I'm going to play the shit out. I'm actually driving. I'm taking a road trip the 21st. And I'm gonna be so down to play Nintendo Switch in the car while we're driving, like 10 hours. So I'm gonna have a great time. I got it all planned out. Just gonna. I mean, it's not. I don't really have it planned out. We're just gonna play a game in a car.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. And well, I guess, yeah, we could start wrapping up. We're at about an hour and 20 minutes. Lance, I want to thank you for coming on and talking to us. And
yeah, it was fun, man.
Explaining some things to us.
Yeah, I hope I came across really arrogant and all-knowing.
No, you came off as an expert, which is why we had you on, because you are an expert when it comes to Star Wars. Some would even say a sexpert.
I've never heard that before, but my wife might say that.
See? Ted told me.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so I'm going to do this thing now. If you're listening to this podcast, if you're one of the human beings listening to this, do me a favor and share it to everybody you've ever met, and we'll pay you in, I guess, more podcasts. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be one of those guys like, hey, go like, subscribe, and, hit that like button. I fucking hate those people. And I now have to stick with it because, Ted, what do you think? You think we're going to be...
I say we don't say it.
Yeah, I say we don't say it. I say we say that we're not going to say it.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to put it to this in your face. If you want to listen.
Yeah, so what we'll do, instead of actually asking people to like and subscribe, we'll be like, hey, we're not going to ask you. We're going to tell them that we're not going to ask them. You know what I'm saying? So we're still going to say it.
I like it.
But we're not going to say it because we're gentlemen.
It's all about being classy.
It's all about being a gentleman. Fuck. Damn, it's 8:30. Well, Lance, any closing thoughts, Lance? Anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to talk about? You want to, as a Data Jedi? We got all. You the floor is yours, sir. Well, anybody who's still listened this far, like they're interested, they're invested.
Let's go back for a second then. So I complained about Starkiller Base because of, the rules of gravity essentially went out the window.
Yeah.
If you move to the second film, was that film number
8?
They drop bombs in the vacuum of space. So let's think about that for a second.
Yep.
There's a ship hovering above another ship, and they release clamps on these circular explosive devices, and they fall from one ship to the other ship before exploding. That's not how any of that works.
No, that's not how any of that works. And the problem is,
But it's in space. There's no fucking gravity.
There's
there's no down. There's no up and down in space.
There would be no explosion.
Up and down is wherever the fucking camera is looking at, I guess, right?
Wait, no, there'd be an explosion. It just would be. It wouldn't it wouldn't be big, right?
It would be virtually nothing. It wouldn't expand into air. Fire, it needs oxygen, so it just flash, and that would be that. It would be very ineffective to destroy another piece of, metal or whatever.
Fucking dumb.
that moment right there sort of encapsulates the sequel trilogy for me.
Didn't
Bunch of fucking cocksuckers these people are. I'm just being salty. Sorry, Ted. Please continue.
I seen the one shit. I didn't see the movie though. I think it was in the new Disney trilogy, where like the one lady gets left outside from the airlock and then she just floats back to the ship.
Oh yeah, that's
Leia,
Princess Leia.
the Mary Poppins scene.
Yeah, like what the hell was that about?
And she flies back.
Like people
through
can do that
space.
shit now.
No, she's got little propellers in her dress, upper dress. That
Dude, it's just wild.
She controls one with her anus, and the other with her clitoris.
Wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty convenient. I think she just had him there to like keep her cool under her dress because that shit was thick. And then it ended up being like a helicopter.
I think you lost me, bro.
You get what I'm saying, though. Like you put
I feel it.
You put like a fan in your anus. And
no, I don't
it'll
feel it.
push you.
Actually, my bad.
Yeah, that Mary Poppins scene was fucking dumb. It was a pretty cool reveal, though, that she can use the Force. I mean, a little too late if you think about it.
They should have killed her. She should have died in the vacuum of space.
She did die, Lance.
For everyone. I mean,
she's fucking Carrie Fisher's dead, dude.
But she should have died in the vacuum of space. It's Star Wars.
She died on Earth a day before her mother died.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Carrie Fisher, she passed away, and then the next day her mother, I mean her last name is Fisher, I can't remember her first name, passed away. Is it Diane?
Oh wow.
Was it Diane Fisher? Is it Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Right.
Debbie Reynolds.
Debbie. It was close.
Yeah, it was close.
It was spot on. So yeah, all right. So we're coming to the end. Anything else, Lance? Any other thoughts? Brain ideas?
No, that was the big one I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did because that's a fucking dumb scene. I'm
Otherwise,
still going to go watch the movies though because
exactly.
I'm literally going to go. I'm excited to go watch all the movies right now.
Just enjoy how dumb they are. That's what's great about movies.
Yeah, because like Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, like I could just let them play, and I could do everything, and I can pop in and out with my consciousness. Dude, I forgot about that, Ted. We're gonna have to do a Lord of the Rings episode because I played the shit out of some of them games.
Lord of the Rings games? Oh man, I had like 2 of them. But I never got past like the second level with either of them.
Dude,
I've been playing Shadow of War just recently.
Ooh, Shadow of Mordor, I played. That was awesome.
The PS exclusive game this month was Shadow of War, the second game, and it's very fun, very complicated.
Yeah, it's a fun. Shadow of Mordor was a lot of fun. That I played the shit out of that, and then I told myself I'd play Shadow of Mordor, and I still might, but
it's extremely similar.
Yeah, that's why I was
basic concept.
waiting. That's why I was like holding off because I was like, it looks so similar. It looks exactly the same, and sort of like the Assassin's Creed game. It's the same shit over and over again.
Yep.
Like even though most games are, but like to me, Halo 1 to Halo 2 to Halo 3, like they kept upping and increasing and trying to change.
Halo 2,
the
he found out how to dual wield, right?
Yeah. And then Halo 4 he forgot.
Oh fuck.
No, I'm just kidding. I think you remember. I don't remember. Shit. Well, hey, let's cut this off because my feet hurt and I'm sweating.
Well, may the force be with you.
Yeah, may the force be with you. And thanks for getting this far. Anybody who's listening. I want to thank Lance, Ted. Why don't you say goodbye and give our fans like Abernathy Broomhildequist and Derek from Denver a closing goodbye, some closing thoughts. Ted, there you go.
Bye, guys. Thank you, and I like you.
Give me your fucking daughter. All right, say goodbye.
Later.